the saliva that sparked a storm. Marcus Caldwell had never flown first class before. At just 13, he was already a lanky kid with an insatiable love for space, wearing his favorite NASA hoodie and gripping his science book tighter than his boarding pass. His spring break trip was meant to be quiet, exciting a bonding time with his mother, Janelle Caldwell, a powerful yet private woman known in boardrooms, but never by face among everyday passengers. The hum of Sky Reach Flight 882 dulled into routine as the aircraft leveled. In Seat 3C, a man named Douglas Reinhardt shifted with visible irritation. He was a senior executive at Reinhardt Securities, used to being obeyed, rarely questioned. When Marcus brushed against his elbow while passing by to use the lavatory, it should have ended with a grunt or sigh. Instead, Reinhardt leaned forward, his voice a hiss laced with contempt. "Watch it, kid. Should have known they let you up here by mistake." Then came the moment that changed everything. Spit, white and vile, it landed on Marcus' cheek. Time slowed. The entire first-class cabin froze. A soundless gasp vibrated through the air as eyes widened and jaws clenched. Marcus, stunned, raised his sleeve and wiped it off, not fully comprehending what had just happened. But Janelle Caldwell, sitting calmly in 1A, did. She stood, and with that single motion, everything shifted. Passengers stared, unsure if they were watching a social confrontation or the beginning of scandal. Reinhardt didn't yet recognize who she was. But he would. Oh, he would. "What did you just do to my son?" Janelle asked, her voice low and lethal. Reinhardt scoffed, looking for backup from the other affluent, mostly white passengers. "That kid doesn't belong in first class. He was running around, bumped my laptop. I reacted." "He reacted," Janelle echoed coldly. Dr. Leon Pack, a retired surgeon seated in 4B, cleared his throat. "That's not what happened. The boy was walking to the restroom when turbulence hit. He touched the armrest to steady himself. Nothing more." Flight attendant Anna Morales stepped in. Her usual placid demeanor gave way to tight professionalism. "Sir, I need you to return to your seat." Reinhardt turned purple. "I'm a million-mile flyer. Do you know who I am?" Janelle stepped forward, eyes locked on him. "Yes, you're the man who just assaulted a minor." Murmurs flared. The weight of Janelle's words descended like a storm front. "My son is sitting in first class because I paid for his ticket. Just as I paid for yours, mister." Reinhardt. Silence. Someone exhaled audibly. Janelle reached in her bag and pulled out a business card, offering it with exacting poise. Douglas read the name aloud. Janelle Caldwell, Executive Chairwoman, Caldwell Aeronautics and Aviation Holdings. "That's outdated," she said. "As of yesterday, I'm a majority owner and incoming CEO of Sky Reach Airlines." Reinhardt's face drained of color. The cabin tilted with a collective gasp. Dr. Pack turned to Reinhardt. "I suggest you apologize." Janelle didn't flinch. "Or you can wait for the authorities at our emergency landing. Your choice." Part 2. The Altitude of Reckoning. As the plane trembled in mild turbulence, so did the perception of power on board. Reinhardt, cornered and humiliated, sank into his seat. But Janelle remained standing. "You spit on my son," she said, each word deliberate. Not as a man who made a mistake, but as a man who felt entitled to dehumanize a child. The cabin buzzed with tension. A young woman named Kyla, seated in 10D, raised her phone and said aloud, "I recorded the whole thing. It's already uploaded to the cloud." "Delete that right now," Reinhardt barked. "Sir," Anna warned, "sit down, or I will restrain you." At that moment, Marcus stood. His voice cracked, but he spoke clearly. "I just wanted to go to the bathroom. I didn't do anything. That was all. It was everything." Later, the cabin erupted into whispers. Janelle was asked to address the passengers. She did so with the calm intensity of someone who'd spent years holding fire under silk. "This morning, my son boarded this plane excited for a trip. A stranger spat on him. That stranger didn't see a child saw a threat. This is the America we're still in." She paused. "I run this airline now, and I vow this. Our skies will not be safe for hate. Thunderous applause broke across class lines. Then Reinhardt clutched his chest. Dr. Pack sprang into action. Reinhardt was going into cardiac distress. Janelle did not hesitate. She helped. She fetched water. She ordered calm. She gave dignity to the man who had given none. Before paramedics arrived during an emergency landing in Chicago, Reinhardt, through labored breath, whispered, "I was wrong." Janelle looked him in the eye. Some lessons arrive at 38,000 feet. Part 3. Turbulence, Truth, and Transformation. News broke before the wheels hit the tarmac. Viral video. Trending hashtags. Headlines screaming. CEO's son spat on mid-flight by executive. Mother reveals she's the airline owner. Reinhardt's reputation collapsed within hours. In the aftermath, Janelle gave a press conference announcing a $100 million inclusion initiative for underrepresented aviation professionals. Scholarships, recruitment overhauls, mandatory anti-bias training. It wasn't just damage control. It was revolution at cruising altitude. Next to her stood Marcus, composed. A reporter asked, "Ms. Caldwell, do you believe people like Reinhardt can change?" Janelle paused. Change is a choice, but accountability isn't. Later, in private, Marcus said quietly, "I feel sorry for him. Living with that much hate must be exhausting." Janelle hugged him. "Compassion is your superpower, son." A week later, she offered a consulting position to Elena Marshall, a retired educator and fellow passenger who had stood up during the incident, stating, "We need voices who remember what it was like when we couldn't even look at the stars on the same night." Sky Reach's new slogan soon adorned every plane, "Where everyone belongs." But the story didn't end there. Marcus started a foundation for STEM programs in underfunded schools. Kyla's footage became evidence in a broader industry investigation. And Reinhardt, after recovering, reached out to apologize again, this time privately. No cameras, no lawyers, just a man who had once spit hatred, now humbled. The journey had begun with a speck of spit, but it became a collision of two Americas, one gasping for control, the other rising with grace. And somewhere, 38,000 feet above the earth, the future caught a new tailwind.